Is this becoming Anthony Edwards' team, or do you think this is still Cat's team? Like has the torch been passed yet, or is it still too early? I know in the mind of some fans, definitely that it's Anthony Edwards' teams at this point. But what do you guys think? And we'll start with you, Chris. What do you think?
Huh. I would say, I mean, it's still Cat's team, I would say. I mean, most of everything goes through him. All of our plays, start usually with him, or at least he's involved with it. Edwards has, that flair, like he's the guy that will be the vocal leader. He's the guy that will be the best in the press conference. He's the guy that will speak his mind. So, like in those types of moments when Kat's asked a tricky question, um, Kat's always been I mean, until this year, really, but he's always been the really boring, by the book, like almost textbook answer to every question type of guy, like trying not to make a mistake. So Edwards is more the, speak from his emotions type guy. So I think that kind of looks that way. But I would say not yet. You can't have a 19-year-old kid run the team. I think D'Lo and Cat are probably more instrumental when you don't see it, like in the locker room, maybe calling guys on the side. They might be leaders like that. Um, it's just one of those things that fans don't get to see, like who's really the leader. It's very possible that it's Ricky Rubio. Like he very well may be the actual leader of this roster. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we need a leader. Like, I don't know if we need like that ringleader guy up front. I don't think we have that. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that's okay. I think like Edwards is gonna really vibe with some people. I think Okogie leads a lot of guys. I think Okogie and like Vanderbilt and those guys, that bench squad probably gets a lot of hype from each other. Um, and Edwards and Rubio are tight. Like I think it can be kind of sectioned up as long as you're all on the same mission and you all, Finch is pushing the buttons.
For sure. Jared, anything to add? What do you think? Do you think it's
Uh,
the Dunn's team,
I
or what do you
think
think?
I think Chris nailed it. I think it's nobody's team right now. I think we have three very talented basketball players that are going to be our big three, and I don't think that Cat is going to be the guy to grab the microphone at the press conference. And whoever wants to be the guy to grab the microphone at the press conference, if it's D'Lo and he's like, "Hey, screw them guys, we just whooped their ass," that's whose team it's going to be. I mean, there's a core nucleus of guys that get along who are all very talented, but don't really have that. I'm gonna do this to you, and it's gonna happen. Nobody really has that mojo in them. I would say Anthony Edwards has most of the like it factor to be that guy, but again, he's 19 years old. I'd say whoever grabs the microphone at the press conference, that's whose team it becomes, and we'll know probably 2 weeks in the next season whose quote unquote team this is. But
Mm-hmm.
once we're winning, I don't really think it matters whose team it is, and I think we plan on doing a lot of winning next year. So
Right.
it can be a 3-man nucleus.
Oh, go ahead, Chris.
It's just, I mean, I think a lot of it is just personalities. I mean, if you see Cat when he's not, I mean, Cat tries to put on a show sometimes and tries to be, alpha sometimes, like, and it almost looks comical because it just doesn't fit. Like it's just not you, Cat. Like relax. Um, and then you see D'Lo, even in his interviews when he's talking, pretty aggressive about things. He's slunched over and he's relaxed and he's, half mumbling, and he just doesn't have that fire. So, and again, it doesn't mean that's not a leader. It doesn't mean that he's not the leader and he's just soft spoken in these interviews. Like, um, it's just, I think from a fan perspective, it's going to be Anthony Edwards' team. But I think from a reality perspective, it's anyone's guess in the locker room who's really the leader.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Jared.
I was just gonna say, like look at the Suns. Like that was Devin Booker's team, and Chris Paul comes into town. I would say that's Chris Paul's team now. But a lot can change quickly. I mean, whoever wants to step up and be the leader is gonna step up and be the leader.